Welcome dear viewers, you're still watching us on ERi-TV, presenting you the domestic and international news prepared for this session live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Hermela Gramay, inviting you to join us on our tonight's news broadcast. Let's start with the major headlines. Ministry of Agriculture distributes chickens to farmers. Youth Organizations Week in Ansaba region. Texas floods death toll climbs to more than 100. And Spain, Pamplona's iconic bull run opens in Spain. In our detailed domestic news, the Ministry of Agriculture branch in the southern region has distributed chickens to 353 disadvantaged farmers at fair prices. The beneficiaries from the administrative areas of Hakir, Ksadimba and Maigoduf in Sana'a subzone received 25 chicken each. The initiative is part of the ongoing efforts to ensure access to nutritious food for all everywhere. Mr. Barak Lamsgina, head of the agriculture office in the subzone, indicated that the chicken distribution program will continue in other administrative areas within the subzone. He also urged the recipient farmers to ensure proper care of the chickens and to work diligently to expand their poultry activities, thereby improving their livelihoods. The beneficiaries expressed their appreciation for the support and reaffirmed their commitment to expanding poultry farming initiatives. They also pledged to contribute to market stabilization by increasing the availability of poultry products. In other news, the 9th Youth Organizations Week was enthusiastically conducted, in which all the subzones of the Ansaba region took part under the theme Our Knowledge, Profession and Capacity for Our Society. The event took place in the Asneda administrative area, Asmat subzone, from 1st to 5th July. The week featured educational-based cultural and artistic competitions and saw participation from 839 youth competitors representing 21 villages, with over 20,000 youths in attendance. Commending the strong spirit of competitiveness, Mr. Azazi Barakat Ab, head of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the Ansaba region, expressed gratitude to all who contributed to the successful implementation of the program. Ambassador Abdullah Musa, governor of the region, noted that the event's significant contribution to promoting unity, harmony and nationalism among the youth. He encouraged the winners to nurture and further develop their talents and urged others to follow their example. Awards were presented to winners in various competitions. Elaborate was declared the overall winner of the event. In other news, over 450 high school students from all subzones of the Ansaba region took part in a tour of historical sites organized by the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students in collaboration with the Ministry of Education branch in the region. The tour included visits to Halhal front in Halhal subzone, where a fierce battle took place during the 7th offensive of the Derg regime, and to Jini in Asmat subzone, where basic education was provided under extremely difficult conditions during the armed struggle for independence. During the tour, participants received briefings from veteran freedom fighters that were stationed in those areas at that time. The veterans expressed their pride in sharing the history of perseverance, commitment and heroism, and encouraged the students to deeply understand this legacy and play an active role in preserving and passing it on to the future generations. The students, recognizing the importance of the tour in strengthening their understanding of national history, called for the continuation of such programs. Dear viewers, do stay tuned for our international news right after the short break. Back. The death toll from flash floods that struck central Texas on Friday has now climbed to more than 100 people, and an unknown number of others are missing. Search and rescue teams are wading through mud-filled riverbanks as more rain and thunderstorms threaten the region, but hope was fading of finding and more survivors 4 days after the catastrophe. Camp Mystic, a Christian all-girls summer camp, confirmed at least 27 girls and staff were among the dead. 10 girls and a camp counselor are still missing. The White House, meanwhile, rejected suggestions that budget cuts at the National Weather Service could have inhibited the disaster response. At least 84 of the victims, 56 adults and 28 children, died in Kir country, where the Guadalupe River was swollen by torrential downpour before daybreak on Friday, the July 4 public holiday. Some 22 adults and 10 children have yet to be identified, said the country sheriff's office. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt rejected the attempts to blame the president. On our today final news, thousands of daredevils ran, skidded and trampled out of the way of 6 charging bulls at the opening run of the San Fermin Festival in Spain. Yesterday was the first of 9 morning runs during the famous celebrations held in the northern Spanish city of Pamplona. The bulls pounded along the twisting cobblestone streets after being led by 6 streets. Up to 4,000 runners take part in each bull run, which take place over 846 meters and can last 3 to 4 minutes. More runners wear the traditional garb of white trousers and shirt with a red sash and neckerchief. The expert Spanish runners try to sprint just in front of the bull's horns for a few defined seconds while edging the animals on with a rolled newspaper. Thousands of spectators watch from balconies and wooden barricades along the course. Millions more follow the vice versa spectacle on television live show. While goring is not rare, many more people are bruised and injured in falls and pile up with each other. Medics rush in to treat the injured and take the seriously hurt to the hospital. Unofficial records say at least 15 people have died in the bull runs over the past century. The deadliest day on record was July 13, 1980, when 4 runners were killed by 2 bulls. The last death was in 2009. Dear viewers, we are done with the news prepared for this session, and now it's time for a quick recap of the major headlines. Ministry of Agriculture distributes chickens to farmers. Youth Organizations Week in Ansaba region. Texas floods death toll climbs to more than 100. And Pamplona's iconic bull run opens in Spain. Ladies and gentlemen, that was all for tonight. Thank you for having us and have a blessed one.